Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to turn on or off HDR mode for video recording. Okay, so if you like to turn on or off the HDR mode for video recording, you will need to go to the settings. In the settings, go to camera that you'll find right here, and now go to record video. Now scroll down and find HDR video. What you should do is just disable it now or enable it. Now your HDR is off, and when you record a video, it'll be just a standard video, not HDR. And I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily crop a screenshot on your Apple iPhone 17. So if you want to start cropping your screenshots like a pro, then follow me. Press the power button and the volume up button to take a screenshot. Now click here, and if you want to crop it, then simply grab any edge and I'll crop it for the calendar right here, and I'll also crop out the battery. So we want to make sure that it looks like this. We can also make it more like sharper, like that for an example, or even more. Here we can make it like that, and as you guys can see, we have the calendar only. So now we can save it to photos, and whenever we go to the photos, this is the old screenshot, now this is the new one. So this is how you guys can easily crop your screenshots like a pro. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to hide photos and videos on iPhone 17. To hide some photos or videos, you would need to go to the Photos app, right? Now decide on a photo that you'd like to hide. So I'm just gonna go to some photos. I'm gonna decide to hide one of them. Maybe let's hide this one, right? So if I want to hide it, I can simply press and hold, then tap on hide, or I could select multiple ones, click on three dots at the top and click on hide, or I could just go into the photo, click on three dots at the top and click on hide. Now my photo has been hidden. So if I go now if I want to find the photo now, I need to click here in the bottom left corner to open the collections, and then scroll down to utilities. In utilities, you'll have recently deleted, not recently deleted, you'll have hidden. Click on view album. You may need to unlock with your Face ID or your passcode, and then you'll have your hidden photos here. If you'd like to even more hide the hidden album, you can go to settings, go all the way down to apps and find photos. Then scroll down until you find show hidden album and disable it. Now your hidden album is unavailable, and to make it available, you would need to enable hidden album. Now it is there, and you can unlock it again, and the photos that are there still stay there. But if you like, you can also unhide some photos if you don't like them hidden anymore by just clicking on three dots at the top, unhide, and it's done. I hope that the video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello, here I have iPhone 17 and let me show you how to get 48 megapixel photos on the following device. Let's begin. So at the very beginning, let's open the settings app right here. Then you need to scroll down and choose camera. From the camera, you need to tap formats. And here you need to enable resolution control right here. Alright, so now when you capture a screen, when you're taking a photo, let's tap the camera, you will see the following icon in the left upper corner right here. Let's tap it, and you can change it to 48 megapixel. So now when you take a photo, the photo is in 48 megapixel. If you would like to change it, let's tap it again here and tap 24 megapixels. So that's it. This is the button to change megapixels, and you can use 48 megapixels on the iPhone 17. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, leave thumbs up under the video. Hello, in this video let me show you how to enable the HDR screenshots and screen recordings on iPhone 17. Let's begin. Let's start by using the home screen. Here you have to find and select settings, then scroll down again and choose general. From the following list, let's choose screen capture. As you can see right here, you can select the format. The standard one is SDR, but you can select the HDR. So now you can capture your screenshot and screen recordings with more vibrant colors, with deep contrast and realistic highlights. So basically it can be useful if you would like to have more visible, more advanced screenshots. You can leave this format. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and leave thumbs up under the video.
Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to scan documents with iPhone 17 camera. To scan documents with your iPhone 17 camera, you can do it in two different methods. First I'll show you the classic method that's been there for like 6 years, and then I'll show you a new method which I think is more convenient. But let's go to notes first, because this is the first method. To begin, go into notes, then go to a new note or into already created note. Click on this paperclip button to do a attachment, and click on scan documents. Now position the document in front of your camera. So I'll get just like a manual from a random device. I know what the device is here, but yeah, I have the document, as you can see. I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna scan it, but there's auto shutter enabled currently, so I'm gonna disable it because I want to talk about the app. You can see here it discovers where the document starts, where it ends, and stuff like that. You can do a filter for color, for grayscale, for black and white, and for photo. I'll do the color, and also you can turn on or off the flashlight. I'll leave it on auto. Maybe I'll just scan one page of it because it's harder to do it with 2 pages, I think, or maybe not. Okay, I've taken it. And now what you can see here is that it shows me the selection of the document, right? So I can adjust the corners. So it later adjusts the perspective as good as it can. And typically it works just great. Sometimes you may want to ever so slightly fix it, so you can do it. You can see it displays under my finger the magnified version, so I can more precisely adjust it. Now let's keep it, and you can see here's my document. I'm gonna click on approve, but you could have scanned more. and you can see now it's added to my notes. And it's just in notes, right? But maybe you want to save it as a file. I think that's more common. And saving as a file, you could technically save it from here as a file by like, I guess, clicking somewhere and then save to files and stuff like that. But it's not that convenient as just going to Preview app, and in Preview app, click on Scan Documents. Scan that document that you'd like to scan. Then I'm gonna click on my scan. You can see I'm gonna just adjust it because I just wanted one page. That's why one of them is covered a little bit. So yeah, you can adjust it like that. But of course, you can see it does a pretty good job with doing it itself. And now it is done. I could also add the filters like grayscale or black and white, which will improve the contrast, or photo. I'll do the black and white because you can see I have a greater contrast here. And I could also rotate it. I could retake it. Okay, I clicked on retake. I didn't really want to do that. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna approve. And now I have it as a scanned document. So now it's in my files, I believe. I'm not really sure. Let's see. Yeah, it is there. So if I went to files or into the Preview app, I can see it, right? And I hope that the video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Here I have iPhone 17 and let me show you how to always shoot in 4K quality. Let's begin. So, in order to set your phone to always shoot video in 4K, you need to do the following steps. Let's choose Settings. Here from the list of settings, let's select Camera. And here you've got Record Video Settings right here. Let's tap it. And you can change it from 1080p to 4K. You can select the desired FPS. It could be 24, 30 and 60. I think in my case 30 FPS will be enough. So remember, shooting in 4K provides greater detail but also increases file size. So consider when you'll need an extra clarity versus normal size. So you have to be aware of this, but you can select it to have like the best possible quality. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, leave thumbs up under the video.
Hello, in front of me I've got iPhone 17. In this video I'll show you how to recover deleted photos. To recover deleted photos on iPhone 17, firstly let's go to Photos app. Now enter Collections and scroll all the way down. Select Recently Deleted, use Face ID or enter passcode to find recently deleted photos, select the photo and select Recover. Remember that photos stay in recently deleted folder only for a month. If you find this video helpful, please leave like, comment and subscribe.
Here I have iPhone 17 and let me show you how to turn on and off new full screenshot preview. Let's begin. Alright, so as you can see now, when you take a screenshot on your new iPhone 17, you will see like the whole full preview. And if you would like to go back to the previous preview, you have to use the following steps. Let's open the settings, scroll down to General, scroll down again, choose Screen Capture, and here you can enable or disable full screen preview. Let me disable it. Now when you capture screen, you will see a preview in the left down corner. It's like in the old version of iOS, so it can be useful if you are used to the following preview. Let me use it again. As you can see, you can tap it and have the full preview. or you can skip it. So that's it, thank you for watching, please subscribe to our channel, leave thumbs up under the video. Here I have iPhone 17, let me show you how to clean up the camera UI, so let me show you how to hide all possible indicators on the following phone. Let's begin. At the very beginning, let's open the settings. From the list of settings, let's scroll down and choose camera. Here let's scroll down again and select here the indicators. It's like right here. So I've got few indicators like flash on live photos. I can disable them, and now I just clean up the camera interface so those indicators won't pop up on my camera. So basically that's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, leave thumbs up under the video.
Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to activate video stabilization on your iPhone 17. If you'd like your video stabilized, so it's like less shaky, even if you shake your hand a little bit, then it'll still look like it's not really something unstabilized, because it will stabilize everything. Then there's two things that you can do. First of all, you can go to settings and then go to camera. Now scroll down, or not, and go to record video. Scroll down and you'll find enhanced stabilization. Now when you enable that, it will zoom in slightly on the video, so it may cut out some parts of the video, but it's for stabilizing your videos digitally, because you can't really stabilize a video without digitally, because a video can be stabilized optically, and that doesn't require cutting out any parts of the video. And the phone does support optical video stabilization. It means that the camera itself is moving ever so slightly on the phone. It's just like a moving part, and it's there to stabilize, but you can enhance it digitally by doing that. But remember, it may cut out just ever so slightly on the edges of the video. Now doing that will enhance your stability in video recording mode. Hold on a second. So if we go to video recording in the camera, then if I were to record a video, it would have a greater stability. Now, if you want to enhance it even more, you can click on 6 dots here at the top while being in video mode, and then select action. When you enable that, your video will be stabilized a lot. But remember that action mode requires way more light. You can see now my image is dark, and when I disable that action mode, it's not that dark. So it just requires more light in order to function. I'm gonna show you that on an example again. So yeah, this is standard, and this is action mode, but I have very good lighting currently, right? Now I'm on 1x zoom, and you can see the lighting doesn't look as good as it did. So yes, you just need a lot of light for the action mode. But if you're somewhere outside, like for example running or doing some other stuff, then I think that the active mode will be really great for your stabilization, and the video will be very stable and not too dark. I hope that the video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello, in front of me I've got iPhone 17. In this video I'll show you how to remove duplicate photos. To remove duplicate photos, enter Photo app. Tap Albums and scroll down to Utilities section. Go to Duplicates And here you can find duplicated photos. Remove them to save storage. If you find this video helpful, please leave like, comment and subscribe.
Welcome to HardReset.Info channel. Today we have the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 in front of us, and in this video I'm going to compare the cameras of these two devices. We will start firstly by looking at the camera settings on both phones to see how much more flexible the Pro version is compared to the standard one. And next we will check out the camera interfaces and explore what features are available on each device. Finally, we will compare the photos on a computer to find out which phone truly takes better pictures. And of course, we expect the iPhone 17 Pro to make better photos and offer more settings, but we need to find out just how big the difference really is. So let's get started. To understand the difference in settings, we first need to open the settings application on both devices. Okay, I'm already here. Then we should scroll a bit down and find here camera on both devices. And here we have camera settings. And this is where the differences start. So let's begin with video recording. On the iPhone 17 Pro, you can find here record video, right? And as you can see on 17 Pro, you can record video in 4K at 120 frames per second, as well as in Full HD at 120 frames per second. The regular iPhone 17 doesn't have this option. Its maximum frame rate is 60 frames per second. Both phones have enhanced stabilization, as you can see here, enabled. So it will be pretty steady. The regular iPhone, yeah, as you can see, here we have the same settings. Okay, cool. Here, as you can see, both devices record spatial audio sound, so with no differences here. As you can see, in cinematic we have really similar options. Record slow-mo. In slow-mo we have ability to record in 4K 120 FPS on Pro version, and only Full HD to 140 FPS in normal version. So as you can see, there is no big differences here. Okay, scroll a bit down, and here we will have more differences in photo section. Wait, while composition, photo capture. Okay, photo capture is here. As you can see, there is Fusion camera on iPhone 17 Pro. This is the feature that lets you choose the default lens and local. Let's open it. So you can select here, as you can see, default lens and focal lens. The regular iPhone 17 doesn't have this option. Other than that, there aren't any major differences to notice right here, as you can see. So cool. Move on and let's open camera application. When you open the camera app, the first thing you stands out the iPhone 17 Pro is the number of zoom options. You got 0.5 for the ultrawide lens, 1x for standard mode, 2x and 4 and 8x without losing quality to zoom, using telephoto lens. And on a regular iPhone there are only two lenses, 0.5 the ultrawide and 1x for standard mode. 2x zoom use the standard lens with the crop image, and some AI enhances algorithm to improve the image quality. If we look at the available modes, as you can see, both phones have all the same ones. photo and video shooting options are nearly identical here, as you can see. It's really identical. We have all same options available. iPhone 17 have macro mode as iPhone 17 Pro, so it's pretty good. And okay, but you know, one thing I forgot to mention about the settings is that the iPhone 17 Pro has Pro RAW mode in formats. I don't know how I just forgot it. As you can see, here we have only resolution control button. On iPhone 17 Pro we have Pro RAW and resolution control. We can even select the file type for RAW photos. And now on both devices I have resolution control. As you can see, I can shot photos in 48 megapixels on my iPhone 17, and I have the same option, resolution control, for iPhone 17 Pro, but I can take photos in RAW format. This format lets you take photos in more editing flexibility format. Okay, so let's start with photos. Alright, let's start with the fact that the weather today was absolutely awful. I live in the best city in the world, but unfortunately the weather today was just unbelievably bad, and honestly that works in our favor. The conditions were really more difficult for the phones than in our tests of iPhone 17 Air and 17 Pro, which I'll also recommend you checking out. So now let's start with opening, firstly, on the left side of the screen, iPhone 17 Pro photos, and on the right side of our screen I'll open iPhone 17. Right in this way. Okay, and let's begin. Alright, let's dive into the first photos. What stands out right away? Honestly, not much. On the iPhone 17 Pro, the clouds might look a bit more three-dimensional, maybe, but that could just maybe my imagination. I don't know, really. Write in comments, please. Do you see the difference here? When we zoom in closer, let's see what happens. Maybe you would expect to see some differences, but it's really hard to spot them. To me, the images look almost identical. It's mostly about how the algorithms processed the shots. The iPhone 17's image even seems a bit brighter, maybe. And so maybe, yeah, one thing that catches the eye is the dynamic range. It seems to work slightly differently. The sky looks a touch deeper on iPhone 17 Pro, but it's a very, very small difference. You can also see that the shadows, like bushes, are darker on 17 Pro here, and the sky is a bit darker too, but with no overexposed highlights. Let's say the iPhone 17 doesn't have any overexposed highlights here. And today's conditional actually made things a bit easier for the phone signs. There wasn't really harsh backlight that could have affected the iPhone 17's image. So I think if there had been strong backlight, the regular iPhone 17 might have had some overexposed spots here. You know, because we tested iPhone 17 Air and it had it overexposed in some places. Okay, let's move on. What we see here. So here we have really the same situation. So photos are really identical, even when we trying to crop some things. As you see, maybe a bit more deeper colors on 17 Pro. We can see it on this building, for example. Yeah, a bit deeper colors, but you know, but despite it, despite the weather, so images, photos looks pretty similar. It's really difficult to see the difference. You know, colors a bit more. Yeah, maybe it's all about dynamic range. Because, for example, now in this photo, as you can see, iPhone 17, just normal 17, catch more details than iPhone 17 Pro, and you know, it really most things depends of algorithms and of, I don't know, I really don't know how to explain it, but maybe it's difficult to find difference here. If we try to find a difference, so maybe there is no big difference here. Difference in the sky because of dynamic range again. And maybe if we'll have better weather, so difference will be more visible just because of dynamic range. Really the same situation here. This is just the same photos. Those photos just amazing. Okay, wait a while. Now we will look at the selfie camera. And yeah, here as you can see, we have a bit more different details. And now we can really see the difference in dynamic range. When we focus on object in the center, as you can see of the frame, the background on the regular iPhone 17 starts to break a bit down, a bit due to the dynamic range. It even gets a little hazy here, as you can see, right here. Meanwhile, on the iPhone 17 Pro, everything, just look at this building. Everything looks sharp. And the sky is a bit overexposed, but you know, it's really a bit overexposed in 17, but in good condition on 17 Pro. On the regular iPhone 17, there are some slight overexposed spots like sky, like road. Here, as you can see, here there is no overexposed things on the left, and a bit overexposed on the right side. Okay, move to the selfie camera. On this photo my hair's still dry for now, so it's looking pretty good. So let's dive into the comparison. What do we have here? Both phones have great cameras. The detail is fantastic on both devices. Honestly, it almost feels like the regular iPhone 17 has slightly better detail. Just look at that. Just look on my face. Yeah, you know, the hair looks well detailed on the both devices, and the colors are vibrant on both devices. However, the photo from 17 Pro might actually look a bit forced. You can kind of tell, especially when you look at this church of this building on the on the background, right here. As you can see, I wish I would take in more selfies at this point to see if this is, you know, one-off or a pattern. Even so, the difference is really very small. Really very small differences. Maybe a bit difference in colors. There is no difference in utilization. And now, for now, 17 just simple, 17 better in these small pieces, you know. And it's really interesting. Okay, move to the next image. Alright, at this stage I'm comparing the zoom cameras. So the lenses are wiped clean, so both cameras are ready to go. Here we are at 1x zoom, looking at both phones, and the photos seem absolutely identical at first glance, so let's zoom in a bit and maybe differences here. You know, I still can't spot any difference. If you see something, please let me know in comments below. But I really don't see the difference. Maybe on 17 is a bit better. Am I? Okay, no, it's really... I know it's normal iPhone 17. I'm not switched the folders by accident. But I started to think in this way. Okay, and things should change when we switch to 2x zoom and take a closer look. And maybe let's zoom in this sign, and that's still no difference, even in 2x. I don't get it. I was 100% sure there would be a difference here, but there is none. How is that possible? Okay, let's try bigger zoom. We're still at 2x here, right? Okay, here we will have a different zoom. Yeah, here we have still 2x, but let's just take a look on different photo. Okay. No, guys, it's just the same. It's just the same. I'm starting to wonder if I mixed up the folders from the devices, but you know, it's impossible just because here we have 40x zoom on Pro device and it's not available on normal iPhone 17. And as you can see here, we have 10x max zoom and 40x. Okay, and you know, at 40x at iPhone 17 Pro does perform better, of course, but it's hard to say it makes huge difference between cameras since the quality at the zoom level isn't great on this device. You know, maybe you can zoom in something, but it will not be good photo. It just, you know, you can zoom in to see something that you can't see just by normal eye, but it's not helpful. Okay, on this image you can definitely see that the iPhone 17 Pro has really better and richer colors. This photo was taken on 6x zoom, and of course a photo from 17 Pro is something you could easily post on Instagram or somewhere else. Just look on these colors. Colors are better, we have more details here, quality is better. Now I can understand that on the left side I have iPhone 17 Pro. You know, even a B is visible, normally visible here. Here is like a little flying devil, I don't know. You know, but here what I don't get, why is there a clear difference in some situations, but in others there is no difference at all? Look, in this case it's obvious that the iPhone 17 did a much worse job. Why wasn't this noticeable in the previous photos? I just don't understand. Okay, move on. In this photo I zoomed in as far as possible on the regular iPhone 17 and tried to match the same zoom level on the iPhone 17 Pro. Here's what we got. You can see that the telephoto lens on the Pro is doing an amazing job. More details, better colors, the telephoto lens really makes difference. It didn't seem like it in the first test photos you seen just now, but now the difference is really clear. If you even check the file size here, as you can see, the photo from the iPhone 17 Pro is larger, which means it holds more information inside. Unfortunately, in this shot I took with the ultra-wide lens, a raindrop landed right in the center of the frame on the regular iPhone 17, so it's hard to say much about the central part, but one thing is absolutely clear: the lenses are identical, the colors are the same. Just look at this. This is the same photo, but here I have raindrop, and the amount of details is the same. In the clean parts of the image, there is absolutely no difference between the cameras, but the angle of the camera is a bit different, as you can see. Oh no, it was different photos, so sorry guys. Cameras are absolutely identical. Yeah, it was different photos, so sorry. It's absolutely identical identical lenses. Even the size of these images is absolutely the same. Alright, here we have a video shot with the front-facing camera, and we can see that the iPhone 17 struggles with dynamic range. The sky is completely washed out on 17, maybe not completely, but they are washed out. And you know, but the face is well lit, not too dark, and everything is clear. On the other hand, the iPhone 17 Pro handled the dynamic range perfectly. The sky is not overexposed, the tones look natural, and everything seems really fine. However, the whole image has a slight hazy look on 17 Pro, and the face appears a bit darker. And honestly, the most important thing in a selfie camera is the face. Maybe, I think. And I really don't know. Technically, iPhone 17 Pro is better. But visually, I'm more like a normal 17, just because, you know, I recorded just selfie video. And yeah, yes, sky here is even slightly, you know, sunny. Maybe it's not natural colors. It was a really gray day, but you know, I don't know. This video is really better, but this one looks better. I don't know. Really, please write in comments what you think about it. Okay, move on. Now we have a new mode that's appeared on the iPhones. It's simultaneously recording with both the front and rear cameras. We will not dive into the image quality here. Let's just know that this feature exists and it works. The recording is available only in 30 frames per second on both devices. Okay, as you can see, selfie camera is a bit brighter on iPhone 17. we should notice it. It's overexposed. Yeah, and technically this image is really better. But, you know, it's difficult to say. Really difficult to say for me. Here I tried taking a few architecture photos using zoom as expected. When we use zoom levels higher than 4x, the photos from the regular iPhone 17 turn out worse. But that makes sense, and we are not holding it against it. It simply doesn't have a telephoto lens, so it's completely understandable. As you can see, colors are better, and even the size of these photos on Pro is bigger just because of more information. And yeah, here we have macro photo. And just like before, when it comes to the ultra-wide lens, I can't see any difference at all. If you notice something, please let me know in comments. I'm not seeing it. For me, it's completely the same. Okay. Here is the 4K 60 FPS videos, and unfortunately my computer can't handle playing two 4K 60 FPS videos from both devices at the same time. It just isn't powerful enough. But one thing I can say for sure, the video on iPhone 17 Pro looks absolutely stunning. And so let's take half a minute to watch and enjoy it. It's just rainy Krakow 4K 60 FPS video. And you can rewind the check it out for yourself to compare. And for me, I can tell you the Pro is clearly the winner here. I can definitely see the difference between the Pro and the regular version. So let's take a closer look of 17 Pro. Okay, and now let's open on the full screen iPhone 17. Okay, so for me, iPhone 17 Pro is absolutely steady, is incredibly steady. It's absolutely just awesome. It's really cinematic. But if we talk about iPhone 17, I think it struggles a bit with 4K 60 FPS, and those 60 frames per second sometimes seem to drop to a lower frame rate. But let's just compare it in comments. Let's please comment it below this video. I just wanna see your feedback about these videos. And as you can see, I really went all out for you guys. I'm sucked to the bone, my hair wet, and I'm not looking very presentable anymore. But now you definitely have to leave a reaction under this video, because here is where the difference starts to show. And it's in portrait photography. The portrait mode on the iPhone 17 Pro is clearly better. No doubt about it. And the Pro does a better job of capturing stray wet hairs, as you can see, and separating the subject from the background, even from the white background, as you can see. You know, it's tough to do this with the front camera, but we will get to the rear camera later. Honestly, the selfie camera on the Pro just performs better portrait mode. It's not a huge difference, but it's definitely better. Okay, move on. In this photo you can see that the regular iPhone 17 a bit struggled again with dynamic range, so I decided to give it a little help, and I tapped on the motorcycle and dragged the exposure slider the little, you know, this sun icon, and I just slide it down, and then, as you can see, and now it looks like this one, and this darkened photo looks, you know, looks better. And now it's completely comparable to the iPhone 17 Pro. So it seems to be, it seems to me that if you manually adjust the exposure slider, you can easily fix any of exposure, overexposure issues on your 17 device. So for me, these photos are absolutely the same. Okay. Next, I wanted to test the portrait mode using the main cameras, and unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, I was completely soaked, so I had to move indoors. This is me in the office. I asked the colleague to take the photo. As you can see, he's not exactly a pro at photography. He cut off my hands, and the shot is a bit crooked. But overall, the main points are clear. The cameras are similar, but on the iPhone 17 Pro, you can see the colors are handled better. Once again, the exposure is spot on. There is no overexposure on the face, and it doesn't look shiny as on 17. You know, just look at the face, and there is a difference here, and there is not about steen in portrait mode. Steen is the same. Okay. Yeah, so the lack of overexposure and better color handling on the iPhone 17 Pro make the photo look more premium on Pro version of the phone. Here is the same situation, so now it handles with my face a bit better, but still worse than Pro, or no. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, you know, it's difficult. It's difficult because photos really looks like same photos. Okay, it's a bit strange photo, but here we can see difference between device with slider and without. Or hold on. You know, that's how it looks before processing, I think. At first, the regular iPhone 17 did a terrible job cutting off my hairs. and it didn't blur that rear properly here, you know. But now, as you can see, it seems like the iPhone processed the photo a bit better before I transfer it to the computer, and now there is no issue with the blur. Honestly, the iPhone 17 Pro actually handled the background blur just a tiny bit worse, as you can see right here. It's slightly, but not as good as the regular iPhone 17, and it's a bit strange. That said, you can still see more of overexposure at the regular iPhone 17 if we will, for example, crop here. Or not, I don't know. Maybe it's a bit overexposed here, and it's not overexposed here, but you know, it looks quite good in iPhone 17 and 17 Pro too. You know, other than that, both devices produced photos that looks great overall. So yes, maybe colors a bit better here. Oh my god, this guy is really bad in photography. But okay, colors are really a bit better on the Pro device, but it's not too better to talk about big difference. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope I helped you to figure it out, which device is really better, and is the iPhone 17 Pro really that much better than iPhone 17? And is it worth paying extra for the camera improvements in the 17 Pro? Or maybe the camera matters to you, but not enough to spend so much more on the Pro version. So please don't forget to leave me a like and a comment below this video, and bye, see you next time.
Hello, in front of me I've got iPhone 17. In this video I'll show you how to disable camera shortcut from the lock screen. In the beginning, let's go to lock screen on your smartphone and tap and hold on it. Unlock it. Select Customize, and now remove camera icon by pressing minus button. Now you can select new control for this widget. If you find this video helpful, please leave like, comment and subscribe.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the HardReset.Info channel. Today I'm going to tell you where can you easily find the recently deleted photos in your iPhone 17. At first, go straight to the photos, the gallery actually, and now tap collections over here. Here scroll all the way down. Now in utilities you should see recently deleted. It's by default set to Face ID and passcode, but you can tap view album and enter your passcode here. Wait a moment, we need to do this by our passcode, and as I can see, we can't enter here with our passcode. Enter passcode. Finally, now we can type our passcode and let us in to the recently deleted. And that's it. Hope it helps you and have a nice day. Goodbye.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to stop Selfie from flipping on iPhone 17. Open Camera, then click this icon right here and Auto Rotate Disable. That's it, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Here I have iPhone 17 and let me show you all new photographic styles on the following device. Let's begin. So at the very beginning, let's open the camera and let's open some photo. Here you can use this icon right here, this settings icon, and you've got styles. As you can see, this is the standard style, but you can use amber one, gold, rose gold, bright, it's new bright style, neutral, cool rose, and you can also go back, and here after standard on the right you've got vibrant, natural, luminous, dramatic, quiet, cozy, ethereal, muted, B&W, and stark. In my case, let me use cozy, tap done here, and now you've got your photo in a cozy style. So thank you for watching, please subscribe to our channel, leave thumbs up under the video.
Hello everyone, and in front of me is brand new iPhone 17, and let me show you how to change video resolution on this device. So at first, let's open your camera app. Switch to video panel, and now here in left upper corner, smoothly by tapping, you can enroll the whole quality setup. So just pick the resolution and also frame rate, and then just start recording. So that's it, that would be all. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hello, in front of me I've got iPhone 17. In this video I'll show you how to enable and disable camera grid lines. In the beginning, let's go to settings of your smartphone and find camera. Now scroll all the way down, and here we've got grid. Switch this button on or off to enable or disable camera grid lines. If you find this video helpful, please leave like, comment and subscribe.
Welcome. In front of me is an iPhone 17, and today I will show you how you can record screen on this device. So to get started, swipe down from the top right side of the screen like this, and you want to look for the screen recorder. For me, it's already added right over here, but by default, it will not be visible in here. So hold the empty space, like somewhere where I have right here, as you can see, and we can then select add a control, and you can then click on the screen recorder control. It will add it, and there we go. So once you have your screen recorder added, you can also tap on the empty space. This will disable the editing mode, and now simply press on the screen recorder. It begins a 3-second countdown and starts recording. So now you can open up some kind of applications that you want to record. Out of curiosity, I do want to open up this one. So we do have a login page right here. Anyway, once you're done recording, you can interact with this overlay right here. Click on the square, and this will save the screen recording to your Photos application. Now, your screen recording, if it was just captured, will be visible as the literal last image right here in your library. But if you're trying to find it later on down the line, you can navigate to collections, and in collections you will find one called videos. Now, this still isn't super kind of convenient, as you will have normal camera videos in here as well, but still it does cut down photos away from this, so still could be a little bit easier to find it. And you can see it play it back right now. Now the reason I open up Spotify is because, at least on Android, you can't record a screen in applications like Spotify, Netflix, and all you get is a black screen. But here it looks like that's not really the case. So, okay, interesting, I would say. But there we go, that's our screen recording. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Morning guys, in front of me is brand new iPhone 17 and let me show you how to check number of your photos. So if you wish to quickly check how many photos do you have and then manage it or whatever, if you're just curious how many photos you have, just open the settings, then go to general, select about, and here you've got the number of photos. As you can see, it's super quick and easy. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is an iPhone 17, and today I will show you how you can capture a screenshot on this device. So to get started, you will want to open up content that you wish to capture, which for me will be the home screen that is already open and visible. Next, once you have your content visible that you want to capture, simply press the power button and volume up at the same time. You get a flash along with a pop-up like this one right here, and after a moment it will disappear. Now when it disappears, you can find your captured screenshot by going into your Photos application. You just confirm it because it's protected for some reason. And in here, you want to either look under the library, which will be visible as the latest screenshot or as the latest kind of image right here. But you can also navigate to collections, and in collections you will find an album called screenshots, like this one right here. And you can see your screenshot at the very top, assuming it was just captured. If not, you can obviously scroll down through the list and find the screenshot down here. As in here, you'll see nothing else but just screenshots. So there we go. Now, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the HardReset.Info channel. Today I'm going to tell you how to take a full page screenshot on your iPhone 17. So firstly, do a screenshot. To do so, click the volume up button and the power button at the same time. Now tap on your screenshot and here tap full page. Tap the stick icon over here, save the photos, and now we can close that and go to photos and see that our full page screenshot is here. And actually that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel and leave a like on this video. It's very important to us to have your feedback. And as I said, that's it. Hope it helps you, and goodbye.
Morning guys, in front of me is iPhone 17 and let me show you how to check the number of your videos. So if you wish to keep track of your recordings and organize them efficiently, just enroll the settings, then go to general options, click on about, just scroll down a bit, and here you've got the number of videos that you have. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to edit photos in your stock gallery on iPhone 17. To edit photos in the stock gallery, go to the Photos app, then find the photo that you'd like to edit. I'm gonna maybe find this one. I think it's a really great one, and there's a lot of things that we can do here to edit it. So let's begin with it. Click on this adjustment button, and now you're in editing mode. Now the first thing that we have is styles, and you can swipe between different styles to make your image look different than it is. And also, not only can you change them like that, but you can also click on it, on the square, to slide across it. Sliding up or down will change the tone, and sliding right or left will change the color. So yeah, you can simply do it like that. I think that here, around this place is great. You can also change the intensity of the filter. I think I'm gonna put it somewhere in the middle. And now let's get to the next part. Of course, you can just skip the style step. You can go to live if it's a live photo. And you can turn off live or leave it enabled and actually change the keyframe of the photo. You can see I could change the keyframe. So the keyframe is gonna be the photo itself. And I'm gonna show you an example in a moment. You can also change the range of the live photo, so maybe let's cut it here. And now when I click on done, I'm gonna explain what it does is this is the keyframe, right? The one that I've set as a keyframe. And when I press and hold, it plays a video. So this is a live photo. Now let's go to adjust, or maybe before we do that, let's again go here, because going back to live photo, there is this live here at the top. You can click on it to, instead of live, set it to loop. So it'll just be a looped recording. You can also set it to bounce. So it'll be sort of like Instagram boomerang. It'll just bounce back and forth. Long exposure. So it'll be blurred out. It's especially great if you captured like people moving around. And you can also just disable live photo here. I'm gonna switch back to live. And now let's go to editing. And let's go to adjust. Now in adjust, you have lots of different possibilities. You can first of all do auto, so it'll automatically enhance the photo. You can change it, of course, change the scale of this auto enhancement. I'm gonna turn it off, and let's go to exposure. We can change the exposure manually to make the image brighter or darker. We can change the brilliance to make the brighter elements even brighter, or darker even darker. You can go to highlights and do highlights. Highlights are the dark the bright elements, and if you put highlights all the way up, the brightest elements on the photo will appear white, and if you put it all the way down, they will appear more vibrant. I'll set it somewhere here because I'm not really a fan of turning the sliders all the way to some way, because I just don't want to get too artificial with the photo. Now the shadows, if you turn the shadows down, the darker elements will get darker, and if you turn the shadows up, the darker elements will get brighter. I'll move it somewhere around here, and let's go to contrast. You can adjust the contrast on the photo. You can see it can be either flatter or more defined, more contrasty. Contrast is basically the difference between the darkest and the brightest element of the image. So now the difference is as big as it can be, and now it's as small as it can be. I think I actually like the contrast here to be somewhere around here. Let's go to brightness now. You can change basically the brightness. And now I'd like to make the brightness brighter. By the way, during the editing of the photo, if you'd like to compare it to the default version, to the previous version, you can just press and hold. No, sorry, it'll open live photo. Okay, that's weird because I was used to it showing you. Never mind. I'm gonna disable live and I'm gonna try again. Yeah, now when I... Okay, no, sorry, just tapping. Yeah, I was sorry. I just... When you tap, you see the original, and then it goes back to the changed version. So you can see, I think I've improved it quite a lot now. Now let's go to black point. Black point basically makes just black color darker or lighter. Then saturation, the image can be more or less saturated. I'd like to actually turn the saturation a little bit down, but vibrance, I'd like to turn it a little bit down. So it looks like this. Let's compare it to the previous version, to the original version. Now warmth can be also changed. I'm not gonna change it, but you can see there's lots of different options. If you've changed something but want to just disable this, click on it and it goes back to default. Now tint, I'm not gonna change the tint here, but if your image appears too green, then you can turn it more to the purple side, and if it turns out to purple, you can turn it to the green side. I'm gonna go back to the default and let's go to sharpness. You can sharpen the image, but remember, sharpening the image sometimes, if you get too crazy with it, may look unnatural. So this is the default. I'm actually gonna turn it down a little bit. Yeah. And then let's go to definition. It'll also define the elements a bit more. Let's see the whole picture, how it looks more defined. Yeah, I like it defined. Let's go to noise reduction. If there's some noise on the photo, I actually don't have the noise because it's been taken with the iPhone, so it's a really good picture. But noise reduction just reduces the noise, as it says. And you can see here is going to be the difference. No noise reduction or some noise reduction. And then a vignette. I'm not going to add a vignette, but you can just add it. Some people say that a vignette is more to equalize. You know, if the image turns too dark or too bright in the corners, then it's to equalize, not to add an effect. But some people also like adding an effect like this. I'm not really a fan of these effects, so I'm just gonna disable the vignette. And let's go to crop. If you want, you can crop your image, and you can do it like that by holding on the corner or on the edge. I'm actually gonna revert it back to the default. But you can also rotate your image a certain way. You can not only rotate it, but you can also reset the cropping. You can also change the perspective. If it's been taken from a wrong perspective, you can simply change it. This is the vertical perspective and the horizontal perspective. So yeah, sometimes it'll be very useful. I'm gonna disable them. You can also, when you crop the photo, you don't really need to crop it as a freeform. You can click here and change it to square, change it to wallpaper, and a wallpaper can be, you can see now you can change it to the wallpaper. You can do 6:19 or click on this one to do 16:9. You can do 5:4 or 4:5, 5:7 or 7:5, and so on. So there are different options. And you can do original, so changing the size will always result in still staying in the original aspect ratio of the photo. I'm gonna reset it. And also you can rotate it by 90 degrees or flip it to the other side. Now the last thing is cleanup, and this is actually a feature on your iPhone that utilizes Apple Intelligence and lets you cut out some elements of the image that you'd like to get rid of by just marking them, and it'll use AI in order to predict what should be in the background. It doesn't work perfectly, but in some scenarios it's good enough. And shortly we'll see how it works. It just needs to download because it's not by default downloaded. So I'm gonna wait a moment and I'm gonna return to you. Okay, and now it's there. So let's try erasing those three elements. We can just do the brush. We can also just circle around instead of brushing the whole thing, but I'm gonna brush the whole thing. So, you know, it knows better what I mean by getting rid of those elements. Let's see if it discovers it. I think it's great. Let's try doing it. Okay, yeah, and it has gotten rid of these elements. When I reset it, I can see how it looks in the original. I can go back to undo reset so I can compare it. I think I'm gonna leave it with those actually, because I think I like it that way. But yeah, if you want to erase some people, some elements that are distracting, then you can do it. Also, there is one more thing here, which is available in all the modes besides crop, which is markup, and you can just draw on the picture by adding some like highlighter. There's lots of different tools here. You can brush on the picture like that, but remember this disables live photo. But what's great is in iOS 26 you can actually do an HDR boost. So if you go here, you can change the color, right? And if I set the HDR boost to some level, let's say 100, then this is now brighter than the brightest your screen can get to. HDR makes it brighter than the brightest available level. I know it's not well visible on the camera, but in person it's really visible that these places are brighter. Brighter in terms of not being more white, but being just having more light power. Yeah, so you can change the colors here, you can change the HDR boost, the opacity, the everything that you'd like. You can also click on the tool once it's selected to change its opacity or change the brush size. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna click on X because I actually like how I edited it and I don't want to lose it. I'm gonna once again compare it to the original. Yeah, so this is the original and this is the edited version. I'm gonna stay with the edited version. I can click on done and now you can see it's saved. Now also, if you'd like, after some edits, let's say I just draw on it, approve it, and I don't want to save it as the same picture, I want to save it as a copy. I can click on save as duplicate, and now I have two of those photos, right? No? Okay, there's something wrong, because both were saved. So I'm gonna click here, and I'm just gonna... No, I don't want to read that. I wanna just get rid of that. Okay, I think I messed up because it's not like it should be. Or maybe this is the original, this is the copy. In that case, no, it's actually not. So yeah, when I enabled live, it's now working. Okay, never mind. I hope that the video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello everyone, in front of me is brand new iPhone 17, and let me show you how to activate, how to show hidden albums in your photo gallery. So at first, let's open the settings. Then find and select photos. You can find it under apps. So here they are. Just enroll. And now at the top you will find show hidden album. So just mark it, and from now on the hidden album will appear under utilities. So this is it. That will be all. Obviously, once you want to hide it, just unmark it, but let me leave it active. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Everybody, and welcome back to the HardReset.Info channel. Today I'm going to tell you how to screen record on your iPhone 17. At first, you need to scroll down to the control panel, like this, from the top right corner to the middle one. And here, we don't have the control actually for the screen recording, so we have to add it. To do so, hold your finger in the background and tap Add a Control. Here we have screen recording, tap that and tap in the background once again. Now if you tap the screen recording, you'll see that your screen is recording over here with this indicator. To stop the screen recording, tap this button over here. And now we are all done. That's it. Hope it helps you, and goodbye.
Morning guys, in front of me is brand new iPhone 17, and let me show you how to enable show ratings and photo suggestions in Maps. So if you wish to quickly see reviews and images of places, making it easier to choose restaurant, attractions and so on, just enroll settings, go to apps, locate maps under M, here they are, scroll down, and here you will notice show ratings and photo suggestions. To activate it, just mark the switcher. And that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning guys, and in front of me is iPhone 17, and let me show you how to activate and use camera timer. So once you want to play photo delay on this device, just open your camera app, and now when you are in photo mode, mark more, select timer and pick 3, 5 or 10 seconds delay. Once it is selected, just mark the photo. Here in left upper bar you will notice the countdown. Once you have your sound on, you will also be able to hear the countdown, and then the photo is grabbed. To switch the timer off, just enroll the settings again and switch it off. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hello, in this video I'm gonna compare cameras between the iPhone 13, which is 4 years old, and iPhone 17, which was released a few days ago. So the difference is gonna be quite big, and we're gonna test it out. So as you can see here, I have both phones, and let's first compare the features of the camera. Later on, I'll be comparing all of the photos, the test photos I have taken. So let's begin with first the features. Okay, so speaking of features, at first let's go to photo. In photo we have our difference is the zoom. The first difference, most noticeable one, is zoom. Of course, both have ultra wide cameras, 0.5x. Both have the standard camera, but now this one comes, the 17 comes with 48 megapixels, which allows it for 2x lossless zoom with fusion camera, which means 2x zoom here is gonna look like 1x, like the quality of 2x zoom here is gonna be comparable to 1x on the 13, because 1x has 12 megapixels and the 17 has 48, which like zoomed twice gives also 12 megapixels, which is still 4K resolution. So it's quite a big resolution, quite a great resolution. But now the maximum zoom on this one is 10 times, whereas on this one is just 5 times. And it makes sense because of the megapixels on the camera. And of course, I'll be comparing them, their maximum zooms and stuff like that. Now, if we click on here in the top right corner, we have all the settings, and you can see it looks like there's more settings on this one, but actually not, because on the new one, on 17, styles also contain filters. If we go to styles here, we have lots of different styles here that you can use, of course, in some range of being reasonable. But we have the filters, and those filters can be also changed, modified. And what I mean by that is you can click on this square, and you can actually adjust the tone, the color, and stuff like that. You can also change the intensity of that filter. Now, if we go to styles on the iPhone 13, it's just this. You can see nothing more. Of course, some of them can be adjusted by changing the warmth and changing the tone, but it's just that. Now, if I go to filter here, it's just like classic filters like vivid, noir, whatever. These also I think are available on the 17, but they are now melted into the section of styles. We have some black and whites. We have some other filters now, as you can see. But as I said, also it's worth noting that it's worth just being reasonable with all of that. Now I'm actually gonna revert it to the classic standard filter. Now on the iPhone 13, I'm also gonna go to all the classic ones, the original ones, and now let's see more about them, about the iPhones. So if we go to video mode now, the difference is here. As you can see, it's not visible because there's no real difference here. You can't really change, like you don't have more options here than here. Both do have the same options for the video. Both support 4K up to 60 FPS, but 4K is gonna look still better here, especially with the 2x zoom, because 2x zoom still supports 4K. And here, if I zoomed in, well, I could switch it to 4K, but it'll still appear like Ultra HD or similar to that, not 4K because it's zoomed in. I'm gonna switch back to 1x. In video mode, you can see we also have some different options here. One of them is action mode. Action mode stabilizes the video more than typically. And stabilization here without the action mode is already really great. But with the action mode, it looks like the camera is not moving even if you're like shaking the phone. And of course, there will be examples of that. I will show you everything. Now let's see the dual capture. Because of the processor in the phone being good enough, you can enable dual capture. And now it'll at the same time capture your rear camera and the front camera. You can of course move around like that, and yeah, it can capture both cameras. Now I'm gonna get out of it and let's go to some other modes. In time-lapse, we basically only have exposure on both phones. In slow motion, we can set both phones to the same settings. Also, like here on this one, you can zoom in better, and it's not gonna lose its quality. Now in cinematic modes, you'll have also, I believe, similar or no. I actually can't really change the cinematic for the iPhone 13, so maybe it's true. Maybe only 4K is available. Only on 17 the 4K is available. Then let's go to photo modes, some other than just standard photo mode. So we have the portrait, and now you can capture portraits in 1x or 2x, which is great. You can adjust basically the same styles. And in the settings in top right corner, we basically have the same thing, but we can change the aspect ratio here. The aperture can be set to the same levels, because it's not physical aperture, it's just, you know, it's just the aperture, like the digital one, right? Now, there's a spatial mode, which is not available on the iPhone 13, and it's only for capturing videos that will be later played on Apple Vision Pro in 3D, in 3 dimensions. So it's only available here and not available on the iPhone 13, most likely because of the camera layout, which is diagonal, and you know, the cameras need to be next to each other in order to be able to capture spatial photos. And now panorama is of course like the same on both, but this one lets you zoom in to 2x and the 13 does not let you to do that. And we should now move on to the photos. So I'll shortly transfer it to my computer with all the photos so we see it better than just on a camera. But as you can see here, these are the photos I've taken. Later on, I'll also capture some videos so we can compare videos. But this is basically what we get in the photos that I'm gonna compare. And let's move on to the computer. Okay. So still on the right side, it's the iPhone 13, and on the left side, it's the 17. And as we can see right here, it's a picture of the trees in a yard. And let's try zooming in, because without zooming in, I already see the difference, but I see it on a computer monitor. Let's begin. So I'm just gonna make sure it's the correct one, because I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna go here. Yeah, it's incorrect. It makes sense because I could see the difference, but to the wrong side. So I'm just gonna get back to you pretty quickly. Okay, now I have it, and we're gonna try seeing the first picture. So the first picture from the yeah, now it's gonna be the iPhone 13 on this side, and iPhone 17 is gonna be on the other side. It's not okay. It's gonna open like that. Yeah. Okay, now we have it. On the left side, it's the iPhone 17, and on the right side, it's 13, and I can see the difference already. So let's try zooming in, maybe first on the leaves, because that's what I can see from far away. Also, you can notice at the bottom, the sizes of the pictures are different. The iPhone 17 captured 3284 by 5712 pixels, and the iPhone 13 captured 3024 by 4032. So yeah, this is the iPhone 17 and this is the iPhone 13. We can already see the difference in the post-processing, in the quality of those photos. They've been both taken in 1x zoom, so just with the standard wide camera. And yeah, of course, both photos aren't perfect because it's not a pro camera, but we can see lots of differences here. And I know there's a difference for like 4 years between those photos, but between those phones, not photos. Photos have been taken at the same time. But I've chosen these two phones because there's a high chance you may be upgrading now after 4 years. So that's why it's worth looking into that comparison, not just like between 16 and 17. There's not going to be much difference between two most recent phones, but between a 14 and a 17, 13, we can expect the difference. And you can see as I zoom in on the leaves, it's completely different. Then let's see the whole photo once again. Now let's see maybe the buildings in the background, because I also expect quite some difference between them. And yeah, there is some difference. You can see also on the window there's gonna be a difference. And in the colors, I don't know if you can see the difference in the colors. It's of course pretty minor, but for me it's noticeable that the greens on the 17 do look more realistic, do look more defined and more vivid, whereas on 13 they sort of look, you can see here on the tree, it's just less vibrant because of the light coming through and affecting the whole photo. Here it is almost pitch black, how it looked in real life, how it looked in person. And now let's move to a portrait photo. I have a portrait photo taken, and now there's gonna be a difference, but it's on purpose. That on 17 I took it on 2x zoom, because this is the default option for a photo, for a portrait photo. And on 13 I did it on 1x zoom because this is the only option. And also we can see the difference. And here I can see that actually the iPhone 13 wins, most likely because of the 1x zoom, or maybe I moved during the photo, I'm not really sure. But it's just I specifically chose the default option to compare the default settings. And yeah, as you can see, the 17 isn't that good as advertised when it comes to the 2x zoom, because they advertise the 2x zoom as being optical. It's not optical, it's digital. But since they advertise it as that, then I wanted to test it out, and well, it's not that. We can see the blurs in the background are on both really great. Everything is very smoothly cut out here, and this is about the photo. This was more to compare, you know, the 2x with 1x, since it's advertised as that, and wasn't necessarily to like compare the portrait photo, because portrait photo is gonna be the same as standard photo but with background blur and better lighting. And now this is a zoom. This is the maximum zoom on both. So on the right side, as you might remember, it's 5x zoom. On the left side is 10x zoom, and we can see it on the photo zoomed out. There's a difference in the zoom, but if we zoom in all the way, we'll actually see the difference of the quality. So this is the difference. On the left side, we can see it's some sort of a face growing out of the wall. On the right side, if we zoom out, we can see it, but when we zoom in, it's not much visible. So yeah, Then let's maybe zoom in something else. The rooftop parts, also a very high difference. And some other parts, maybe here. Yeah, here I don't see much difference. I do see the difference, but it's not that bad, I think. Also, we can here, when I zoom in like that, we can see there's way more details on the left one. And on the right one, it looks processed and it looks sort of pixelish. So I think it proves the point that the phone has upgraded. You can also see this leaf sticking out here. There's lots of differences, and let's switch to the next photo. It's my selfie. Oh, there's no selfie here. Let's try to get it sorted. Okay, yeah. We have on both phones, and now I don't really know why, but I prefer the one from the iPhone 13. I've taken both, like making sure the front camera is clean. So I think that's not where the problem is. I just prefer the one from the iPhone 13, but we're gonna zoom in and find out if I'm right. Also, you need to notice that like on this one, I had the photo flipped and on this one not. So you can see the photos are flipped. So I'm just gonna zoom into this eye and this eye, because it's the same eye but just flipped. And yeah, I still prefer the 13 result for some reason. Let's see if it's actually which one is technically better. I'm gonna zoom in on my pores. Yeah, this one, like on the left side, the 17 looks more Instagram friendly because hides some things that you may not want to show on the photo, but the 14 captured more details here, so maybe it's for the win of the 13. But if you want to hide something on the photo, then probably you'll like the 14. Let's zoom in on my bird, because that's where the depth of color changes, right? On the 13 we have a lower depth of colors. On the 17 we have a better depth and higher variety of different colors. Now let's zoom in on my messed up hair, and we can also see the differences. And now I think I actually prefer the 17, not because it hides my messed up hair, but because it actually doesn't look over processed. You can see here all the lines look over processed on the 13. On the 17 they do not. They do look more natural, and it is a higher quality. Even though a 13 acts like it's high quality, it's here over processed, and on the 17 it's not. And now the next photo, this is gonna be the one. It's also a selfie, and also for the win of the 13 from like a distance, right? I don't know what happened here, but as I said, I made sure both cameras were clean, and I just don't like how blurred out this one is compared to this one. Yeah, that's a big difference, right? I'm not really sure. I'm gonna test it out again in a moment and see if I didn't clean the camera, because as I said, I'm gonna also compare videos, so we'll get to the videos. But now there's something wrong with the front camera, but also what I have noticed on Samsung phones, not on iPhones. I haven't noticed it on iPhones, but maybe it's something that I will notice now. On Samsung's, it's like when the phone gets released, the camera is always bad from my tests, and then after half a year, after some software updates, it gets better. I don't really get why they couldn't just release the proper version at the beginning, but this is how it is. And now let's move on to a staircase photo. It's in lower lighting conditions, but not in the worst lighting conditions because there's light. I couldn't, unfortunately, take a night photo now, but maybe I'll try again later and show you that as well. And there's also like the back camera is visibly better on the 17. We can see all the details better. Now in the darks there's big difference. It depends like how your monitor works, but on my monitor I can actually see the difference here. It's less distorted on the 17 compared to the 13. You can see here we have a straight line, visible details like you know, these are like some door for electricity boxes. And here, I don't really see any door. I just see a big square, not square, a rectangle. Now a gas rectangle. Also, like I can even see it says gas here. Here it doesn't. And let's zoom in on the stairs and let's move on to the next photo after that. So yeah, the stairs also like, it's almost unbelievable how big the difference is. Now, as I said, let's move on to another photo. This is a 0.5x zoom. So it's the ultra wide camera. And now for the first look, I like the colors on the 13 more. But let's see it closer. Okay, if I zoom in, then I only like the colors more. Or maybe on the 17 actually the colors are more accurate. I'm not really sure. Now, yeah, I think there is nothing to compare. It's just like the 17 is purely better. If we zoom in on the leaves, then I just have no more comments here. And let's zoom in on a car in the background. I think there's also a noticeable difference. And the last thing I'm gonna zoom in is maybe the tree. And also here the difference is not much noticeable, but is there. Now there's a macro photo. And I didn't say that earlier, I forgot about it, but iPhone 17 now supports macro photos and iPhone 13 does not. So if I only get to the macro photo, that pseudo macro photo I've taken on the 13 because it doesn't have macro, and the macro on the 17 because they've been taken from the same distance. I know this one looks like it's from closer distance, but not. It's just because the one on the left, the 17, is on iPhone, on the telephoto lens, because telephoto supports macro, and on 13, sorry, not telephoto, the ultra wide supports macro, and on iPhone 13, none of their lens supports macro. And you can see, well, there's a lot of difference because macro mode is made for better photos from a low distance, like 1 to 2 inches. It just has a better focus range on the photo. You can see it can focus on some elements on the photos that iPhone 13 can't. And now I think there was just one more photo of the handle, and here purely the colors on iPhone 17 win. The quality wins. Both have been taken at I believe, like, yeah, this is again a comparison of 2x zoom to 1x zoom, and This time, actually, 17 wins with 2x zoom over 1x zoom on 13. So this is interesting. You can see in different scenarios, it's gonna behave differently. Yeah, but when I zoom in on this lock, then you probably see the difference. And also, let's zoom in on this. And now I'm gonna do like one more selfie to see if I'm maybe wrong. And I'm gonna take maybe like 3 videos and we're gonna test it out. Okay, I'm back with videos. I've also verified the selfie, and yeah, it's still bad on the 17, but let's hope a software update will help it. And now let's compare the videos. So here we have the videos from an iPhone 17, and here on the right side from an iPhone 13. Let's open this one first. Okay, and now from an iPhone 17, another one, but did it open twice? No, it did not. Okay, I don't think I can open videos at the same time. Yeah, I can't open videos, 2 videos, but let's try. Okay, now I have the videos and let's compare them. Still, on the left side it's the 17, on the right side it's the 13, and I've set them both to the same quality, so we don't lose the quality, and so we don't need to like compare better, you know. So I don't have HD on one phone and 4K on the other one. They both have the HD. And let's see, this is gonna be like a full video. It's to compare everything at the same time, to compare the quality, the colors, and the stability. So let's watch these videos first. And I, for some reason, prefer the 13 here. And I'm not really sure why. Now I'm gonna try playing them not simultaneously. This is the 17. I see this motion blur, and on the 13 I don't really see it. It's looking a bit better. And I just prefer it. But the colors on the 17 are better. Now let's see another. Yeah, this looks weird, and I know it looks weird, but it's to test out the action mode. And action mode has one big disadvantage, which is the lighting. Action mode requires a lot of light, and you can see it's like almost sunset. It's not yet sunset, but it's almost sunset, and it's visible here how dark it is. But action mode actually stabilizes the video, so you can see this is how it looks stabilized. I was running. Now we'll see the iPhone 14 video. Yeah, so actually for this, the 17 works with the stabilization. Let's see, once again, after seeing the 13, it's very stable. It's very, very stable. And the 13 is not that stable. The 13 is, of course, the image is brighter because it doesn't require that much light, because it doesn't have action mode. But it's less stable, and I was holding those two the same way. It's not like I was shaking one a bit more than the other one. Now another video, just a shake, just a little shake in the action mode. Now this is a 13 with a shake without action mode, and it's more noticeable that there is some shake. Now the 17, it's at 3x zoom. 17 supports 6x zoom in video, but I wanted them to be equal, so it's a 3x on both. Now this is the 13. And yeah, we can see that graininess. You can see there's some distortion going on. And it's laggy. So that's also another thing. And now the last video to compare it's actually inside. And it's a small video. And it's the 13 and the 14. The 13 on the right side, right? Now I'm actually gonna open them this time with photos because I'd like to compare them closely, because there's differences more visible here. So let's open with photos, and this is the last thing for this video. And now let's maybe pause at the same time. Okay, and now for some reason the 13 wins in this video, I think, even though it's basically the same video. But it's not that bad on both. So this is it. I think that the 17 in most cases has a big disadvantage over 13. But big advantage, big, it's just winning in most cases. But there are some moments where 17 is inconsistent and the 13 is more consistent. But maybe it's because of the software update, as I mentioned earlier. So we'll see later. Maybe in 4 years there will be a comparison with the 17 and 21. Who knows? And I hope that you liked this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.